This is Ben Hale with Western Livestock Commission Company in Oklahoma City, bringing you the market report for Monday, 4/20/2020. We had probably, I don't know what we wound up selling yesterday, 6,200. Didn't have a big catch yesterday, but had enough strings of cattle and pretty nice cattle. Got along real well. Market was extremely good, extremely snappy. Probably steady to 4 higher, and in some cases be 4 to 10 higher. Those 9 plus 9 to 945 cattle were a little higher. You know, the 945 to 10 weights, I don't know that much higher really on the steers. Heifers were. I think the heifers were. I had one set of heifers weighed. Let me see what they weigh. 907 at 98 and a half. That was a little higher. But just a real active market. Had one guy from up north show up and made a big difference on those 740/50 up to 780 weight good front end black steers. Made them sell extremely well. But just a pleasant surprise. To kind of felt like it was getting better at the end of the week. But with what they did to that oil yesterday, and cattle were down just a little bit, but real positive, and everybody felt good about it. Going to start seeing quite a few more cattle. I expect the run next Monday will be bigger, and then a lot of that wheat's playing out from Oklahoma City all the way down to North Texas. Sure getting shorter and getting these days on up in the low 80s and mid 80s. That'll sure make that wheat go. And there's a lot of big cattle around. Looks like some of them that could have maybe sold in March, held over and grazed that out. But kind of the better end of some of them cattle that sold yesterday. We had some 678 pound steers bring $33. Some 864 pound steers bring $115. That'd be better. Those 907 pound heifers bring 98 and a half. 772 weight steers bring 126 and a quarter. Seen some of those bring 129. Seen some of them bring 122. That'd be considerably higher than a week ago. A lot more activity on that. Still seeing some of these thinner fleshed 6 weight cattle and 5 weight cattle. Boy, that was a light butter. And some of those tight 7s still going to grass. Some 666 pound heifers bring 115 and a half. 8 weight heifers bring $1.09. That would be considerably better. 2 to 7 probably. 867 pound steer 111 and a half. That's sure better. 942 pound steers at $1.05. That would be stronger yet. 838 pound steers at 113 to 115. And that grazing deal is still, extremely, extremely good. There is a lot of activity on it. Not a lot of them around, especially weaned ones. But when you see them, they are good. Some 392 pound good thin black steers bring 185. The 511 brothers off of them bring 168. Some of them bring 171. The 598 bigger brothers off of them bring 151. That's pretty good for a $900 turnout when a 950 pound steer won't bring much more than that. So pretty good. 550 pound heifers, 15 pound heifers bring 142. Some of those on up in the upper 140s. 490 pound steers at 171, 173. 603 pound steers at 150, 250. Had one set of nice black heifers, weighed 463, bring 163. So, you can tell by those prices a lot better. Stayed good. Even some of the plainer cattle we got along extremely good. And there is a big discrepancy, because you can have some of those 6 weight cattle bring, 148, 152, 155. But then if you take some of them off wheat that are fleshy, maybe just a good a kind, but just real fat, you may only get 25 to 30 on them. Just a difference in a feeder animal than one that you can turn out. But hopefully we can hold this rally next week. Look like oil was up tonight, so hopefully they don't bloodbath those guys. Now that has been an education when you can take something negative $39 a barrel. I think some of those traders probably got whitewashed. The problem was it's going to whitewash a lot of oil companies too, and we don't like that at all. We need oil considerably higher than what it is now, because it helps everything, kind of leads what we're doing. But looking for a bigger run next week, I think. I talked to several guys today, and bigger strings of cattle, so it looks like it's probably fixing to start picking up a little bit, which we knew it would. and looking forward to it. Hopefully we can hold this rally. Still got some of these plants closing more on the hog side, but the cattle deal, they're slowing some of them down, and that we sure don't want that to back that up into picking these fat cattle up slower and then making it bottleneck back into these feeders. We need to keep these feeders moving out and hopefully pick up a little steam where these guys can kind of get back a little bit of what they lost. But there's a lot of these cattle going to lose a lot of money, tremendous amount of money. They're kind of floating some deals out there. I know RKF and them are about the 30-14, and I think RKF was wanting 50-14, which is 50% cash trade over a 14-day period, and some of the other ones are kind of floating to 30-14. I think all those are great ideas. Honestly, I don't think I'm smart enough to figure it out, but there are a lot of smart people working on it, and this Packer deal does need to change. But years ago, I worked for two different Packers, IBP and XL, and anytime you form alliances and take out the competition because you want a deal, and everybody wants a deal, everybody wants to be able to lock in, no risk, make money. The downside of that is when you lock in and get in bed with one deal, sometimes it turns against you. And I think that's what we're seeing in a lot of these deals that have been made, and it's leaving the independent cattlemen short and being able to where they got enough captive cattle that they can basically steal or take whatever they want. So, stay alert, pay attention to what's going on. There are some good ideas floating around and a lot of smart people working on it, and I think that we will get something. What? I don't have any idea, because, even if you bust up those Packers, you got to have somebody that can take over and operate, and that is a tremendous amount of money. And they can put the hurt on you if you put one in against them, because they got enough plants that they can scatter the risk out on a lot of different plants where you just have one plant. So it's going to take some strategic planning. There's a lot of smart people working on it, and just be glad that I'm just glad to be a part of it, and hopefully we can all together pull together. So keep your head up. Maybe we've hit the bottom here, I hope, and can kind of start coming back the other way. Maybe start opening this country up, get people back to work. But anyway, God bless. If you'd like to discuss the market or your marketing needs, give me a call, Ben Hale, 940-631-2333. Peyton's going to have a nice run tomorrow, probably 700-800 cattle. Got a lot of feeder cattle and grazing cattle. Going to have some cows. Kale sounded like he was going to have quite a few more cattle Friday at Fairview. So if you need to sell cattle there at Comanche tomorrow, or buy any, or Friday up there near Fairview, we'd sure like to help you and be back in Oklahoma City on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So if we can do anything for you, let us know. Thanks, and have a great week.